Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to Mahogany Sweets. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. After this video, you might not want to though. That's okay. So let's get into it. I'm coming to y'all to talk about the NikkieTutorials situation. All through YouTube, she was in my feed. I seen a clip of her on Ellen DeGeneres, and I decided to go and check out her video. So that's what we're going to discuss today. Some red flags and issues that are very problematic and toxic that I heard in her video. So let's get into it. This is NikkieTutorials, a person who is a man but has transgendered into a woman. So here we go. I'm about to play this video. I will be pausing it through to comment on what she has to say because I am too lazy to want to write it down and wait till the end of the video. Sorry, that's just the truth. So let's get to it. And I'm hoping y'all can hear this. I got everything off, so.
But under my own circumstances, and it looks like that chance has been taken away from me. So today I am taking back my own power, and I have to tell you something. Planet Earth is full of labels, and I never felt comfortable with labels. I wanted to be my own person, my own identity, my own human being, without any rules, without any labels, and without any restrictions. It is a brand new year.
I want to pause that real quick to address the first hypocrisy that I seen. And let me let you know this right now first. This is not intended to be a bashing video. This is just my observation and the truth as I see it through this situation and what was said, as well as I will be adding into it commentary of dialogue I have had with transgender people in the past. So she said that she's not okay with labels, does not like labels. Yet, to classify yourself as a woman, a female, is a label. So it's not that you have a problem with labels. You have a problem with certain labels that you don't want to be called by, although they are the truth. That is the first thing. But okay, that's minor. But I just noticed that you're saying, oh, I hate labels, I don't want labels, but yet you have willingly and actually sought out to be labeled as a woman, not just a human being. Let's go on.
It is 2020, and I want to start the year off with the truth. I want to start the year off by finally revealing a part of my life that has made me who I am. I want to talk about a part of myself that makes me, me. I can't believe I'm saying this today to all of you, for the entire world to see. But damn, it feels good to finally do it. It is time to let go and be truly free. When I was younger, I was born in the wrong body, which means that I am transgender. Now, so surreal saying this. Filming this video is scary, but it feels so liberating and freeing. I've been wanting to share this side of myself to all of you for so long, but I could never figure out the timing. And there always was going to be the day where I would tell you. I did not expect that day to be today, but here we are. I am NikkieTutorials, and I am Nikkie. I am me. We don't need labels. If we are going to put a label on it, yes, I am transgender. But at the end of the day, I am me. And at the end of the day, you are you. I am sharing this with you because I feel free enough now for you to truly follow my journey. Not the power of makeup, but the power of me.
Okay, so she stated that she feels she was born in the wrong body as a man. She knew and expected that one day she would reveal that she was truly born a man. Was scared to do it and didn't think today would be today, but also that she feels free and liberated and wanted and needed to do this today, something like that. It sounded a little bit confusing to me, like it was just flip-flopping back and forth. I don't know how long Nikki has had this channel to try and get a gauge on, like, okay, well, if you knew eventually you needed and wanted to come out and reveal this truth about yourself, but then at the same time you're saying that you were scared and today was supposed to be today, but you're happy and you're liberated, you're doing it today, like, it just seemed a little bit all over the place to me when she got to that part.
The power of you, just like me, you get to write your own story. Live your life. Live it without any restrictions. You can be you. You are in charge of how you want to live your life. Guys, we're in 2020, and if there ever was a time, the time is right now. I am here to openly share that
So she didn't plan on telling y'all this today, but now is the time that everyone else should be telling people what they are.
Little Nickies around the world who feel insecure, who feel out of place, who feel misunderstood. I hope by me standing up and being free, that it inspires others to do the same, to truly live your life like you want it and the way you deserve it. This world needs us. We need to accept each other. We need to respect each other. But most of all, we need to hear each other and understand. It doesn't matter what type of label someone belongs to, what kind of hair.
If we all need to accept each other and accept ourselves, how are we doing that if we are not choosing to accept the body that we're born in, and if we are not choosing to accept telling the truth and being open about that up front with people? That shows that you truly haven't given yourself something that you say you feel and want everyone else to do. You didn't accept your natural body, and then you didn't accept what you changed yourself into enough to tell other people the truth about it. So
hair color someone has, the type of clothing they wear, their height, their weight, their size, the way they look, the way they want to express themselves. It is 2020, and it is time for us to understand, accept, hear, and respect. The time for you to love yourself and express yourself the way you truly feel is now. I have taken that step many years ago. But I'm fighting my battles every single day. And I know you guys are out there too. It won't be easy, but damn it, it will be so worth it. When my mom was pregnant, she later told me that she was convinced that she was having a girl. And
of course,
little did she know that she
that's
was
how
having
you
a girl.
just innately know you're supposed to be a female, because she just thought that you were one.
And there was a surprise. She didn't
I'm
get
not
any echoes because she was convinced
that's just to aid into
it was going to be a
her
girl. And out came
how
me.
she feels she was in the wrong body, and even her mom
there
had
was a little surprise.
of it.
A surprise to my mom. Definitely a surprise to me as soon as I had brains to think with. Ever since I was born, I've always thought that I was a girl. And I just couldn't understand why I had short hair, why I had to wear trousers and a t-shirt, and like, why couldn't I wear dresses? And I played with dolls. I did everything with nail polish, with hair brushes, with fake hair, with Barbie dolls. Like, all of me was girly. My mom knew immediately that I either was going to be gay or a different type of story. And it turned out to be a different type of story. Growing up, I think the number one thing I'm the most thankful for is my mom. Love you, Mom. Because she has been there for me since day one. She has always supported me, always accepted me. And that is,
as a mother should,
everything you need as a kid. A parent that understands and listens and respects. So Mama Tutorials is a real one. And she always supported me. And by the age of 6, I grew my hair out. People at my school knew. I mean, they saw. And I think by the age of 7, 8,
Wow.
I fully wore girls' clothes only.
Wow.
And it felt amazing. And the teachers were
Very
so
interesting.
supportive about it. And of course, kids are kids. You know, this is confusing. And some kids got it, and other kids in my class did not, which is fine. But I'll always be so thankful for all the teachers at that school who supported my journey and supported me. I've always lived my youth as a girl. And
Wow.
the hardest part of living youth as a girl when you're not fully officially a girl yet is that you have to tell people in your life who you truly are, even though you feel.
All right. Let's go back to Nikki stated that at 6 years old, I guess, came out. And by 7, 8, was dressing and basically living as a female. That is such a troubling statement to hear due to the fact a child brain is not developed enough. A child isn't even conscientious or aware enough of what so-called transgender would be, or sexuality or any of that. So for a parent to co-sign and allow and aid a child in making such a life-changing decision, making such, this isn't your child making a decision on if they are into, let me think, Transformers over the Avengers, or if they eat hot dogs this week and don't eat it the next. Like, no, this is something very much so real and powerful, and I believe that it is neglectful, and child services quite possibly should have been called in for a parent to allow a child to make a decision such as that at that age. That is ridiculous. At 6 years old, you don't worry about that. You are a child who has no understanding of the concept of time at that age. Children don't even understand the concept and duration of time, let alone you talking about you co-signing your child saying that they know at 6, oh, I want to be the opposite sex, or at 6, oh, I want to be a female with men. No, like, that is ridiculous. And if you, as an adult whose brain's supposed to be fully formed, who is supposed to have emotional and mental and spiritual maturity, to not understand why that is not wise or proper parenting to assist your child in changing their identity at that age, then something's just as wrong with you. A mental evaluation should have taken place. CPS should have been involved. Those are not decisions that you allow a child to make. And as a parent, it is your job to explain to them that, oh, okay, you think that little girl things are cute. Okay, that's fine. But no, you cannot wear these items. You are a boy, and boys are just as special as little girls, and you have cool toys too. Like, come on. No, but to allow a child at that age to make a decision like that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. The other thing is, she said, what she just stated was that something about who she truly was. Hold on, let me back this up,
Feel.
because let's get to that.
And supported
Talking
me.
about the
I've
truth here.
always lived my youth as a girl.
And
And the hardest
shameful.
part of living youth as a girl when you're not fully officially a girl yet is that you have to tell people in your life who you truly are, even though
Who you
you
truly
feel
are. Let's get to it. Two important things that Nikki just stated. Number one, you are acknowledging that who you truly were and are is a man, and you felt like a woman. You wanted to be a woman. Those are different things, okay? That's what separates truth from fiction. Feelings change. Number one, feelings change. They evolve with more experiences, more knowledge, or the weather. It's so many things that can affect your feelings. What you ate today can affect how you feel. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, we're talking about fact here, and truth. And the truth is right. You are a man, but you don't want to live in that truth. You want an alternative truth based off how you feel, which is you feel like you want to be a woman. So to me, that also definitely supports the theory that no, being gay or transgender is a choice. Because you're making that choice based off how you feel. It is not stemmed in facts or truth.
You, so this is hard to explain. So you feel like you feel trapped is the first thing. You feel trapped and you're angry because why me? Why did I get this? But growing up, I think the hardest part was meeting new people and getting close to them and telling them a side to your life that you don't even want to talk about because you hate that part of your life. You don't want to be that part of your life. You don't want to be known.
Truth is truth, though, whether you like the truth or not. It's a hard pill to swallow, but truth is truth.
You have to. And that is so hard.
Yeah,
and many times in my life, truthful. I've had to
which he has not been doing.
Close friends my true story. And it's heartbreaking. Especially after transitioning and going through everything and closing that chapter. You don't want to talk about it anymore because you're like, okay, that rough part of my life, I got through it, I survived, I did it, and now I can close it off. But you can never truly close it off for good. And,
I personally don't think that I would think more so the before wasn't the rough part because you were at that time actually living in your truth, which was that you were a man. The rough part is the after we're right. Now the complications come in because you are now living as something that you're actually not, and at some point truth has to be revealed and come to light.
I am accepting that nowadays, and I am embracing that nowadays because it's time for me to be truly me for all of you. Just because I know people are going to ask, yes, I got fully transitioned. By the time I was 14, I got my hormones because I'm a tall bitch. And I kept on growing, and they were like, let's...
Yo! Once again, where's CPS? The medical doctor should have their license taken away. You have not even completed puberty at 14. How dare a parent and a medical physician allow a child who's not even developed, ain't been through puberty, to make such a life-altering permanent decision about something that powerful and significant? Once again, problematic, very harmful and toxic to this child's development and nature. There's no way as a parent you should have allowed your child, who at that point, let me think, middle school age, going introduction to high school, at that point, you don't know who you are at that age. That's when you're trying to figure out who you are. You're trying to learn and gain independence, learning to be responsible, figure out what you want to do in life. And the last thing that a parent should be doing is telling your child, oh yeah, here, you're 14. Let's go get you hormones to stop you from growing as a male. And are you serious? Like such a permanent decision at 14, a life-altering decision at 14, that would be very, very hard to reverse if they so happen to change their mind in the future, which I have watched a documentary before of transgenders who transgendered at a young age, but I believe it's more so like 18, 19. Like, I will have to tell my child, like, hey, we're not doing that. Now, when you become an adult, which we've all heard that before from our parents with other things, with smaller things, so why not with something this significant? When you're an adult, you can make that decision if that's the one that you want. But no, as a child, I cannot allow you to do that. And it's for your own safety, for your own benefit, because this is such a big decision of a complicated matter. that may change tomorrow. Wow, 14, her parents. Her parents should not have been able to legally have a child.
Tone that down. I got growth stoppers because I was supposed to be a whole lot taller than I already am today. So they stopped my growth and they gave me hormones. And by the time I was 19, I fully transitioned. I transitioned while on.
All right, I don't know if I stated it right. On the documentary that I watched, it was men, and I believe it might have been a couple of women who had changed their sex, who later, like 5-10 years later, regretted it and was mad that they were stuck having to live and now try and cope and accept the fact that, okay, I changed my sex, I don't feel this way anymore, and what can I do? How do I go on from now? Because now I have altered my body, my identity, and that's hard to just erase or reverse back. Suffer from depression. I believe it was a few who had committed suicide. So just imagine the statistics of on a larger scale of how many have committed suicide after being allowed as a child to make such a permanent decision and not really knowing what they were doing, and not having parents or medical physicians or laws that would say, no, we have to protect you from yourself until you are a fully developed adult. You cannot take hormones, have organ operations, like sexual organ operations.
YouTube. And saying that right now sounds so crazy to me because I have literally grown up and transformed into me in front of all of you. Now, pulling back to the portion where I talk about having to tell people close to you your true and full story, I know
Your
people are
true
going to ask
story,
a lot
right?
of
Once
questions
again,
about
she
Dylan.
is aware.
Now,
The truth
Dylan
is
is
you
a
are
very,
male.
very special guy, and I've never met anyone like Dylan. He is truly the most kind-hearted man in my life ever. Our relationship moved so fast. And the thing is, especially for me, and I don't know how other trans people do this, but especially for me, this is my story. When in my love life, it is flippin' scary, okay? Trusting someone enough to be truly you, flippin' scary. So, to me,
Trusting someone enough to be truly you. No. In average relationships, your issue isn't trusting someone enough to be who you are, because that's what you're supposed to present and what they should be exposed to, which is who you are. That's something now that you are acknowledging that you are hiding. You're hiding who you are. In everyday life, society, and relationships, you are trusting them enough to trust them with you, but not to reveal to them who you are. You want to trust them enough. You got to get to a point to where you trust them enough to know if they truly love you, not for them to know what sex you are. So right now you are letting us know that you hide who you are, which is a man. That is, you are hiding and basically lying by omission, because it is two forms of lying. That lying, that is still a lie. One lie is to speak something that is a falsehood. Another form of lying is to imply something, allow people to believe something, or present something a way different from what the truth actually is, which is still lying, which is what some transgenders do, and specifically what this one had just told us she does. She lies to the men that she dates. And you know what? I want to go deeper into that, but let me finish playing this.
Wait until I tell my full story, until I know I'm in good hands, because people out there are scary and dangerous. So Dylan...
Well, guess what? What's scary and dangerous is for a person to be presented with something as if it's one thing and then to later find out that it's not. Now, that's scary and dangerous for predatory behavior such as this. That's predatory behavior, believe it or not, to present yourself, because first off, you're telling us that you are actively then seeking men who you know are attracted to women looking for a woman and want to be with women. So you are acknowledging and telling us then that these are the men that you're going after. And so you are lying to them because you know that they are under the assumption that you are a woman, a born female, which you are not. That is predatory behavior. Because the thing is, if you're transgender, right, and you don't want to wear a poster board stating to everyone, to the world, that you're transgender, which, oh, okay, okay, cool. Why wouldn't you then, in dating, go on apps or go to places where it is a given, everyone knows exactly what this is? So right, it would not have to be said. There's no lying or omission, lying by omission going on. They know exactly who and what you are. You know exactly who and what they are. And I'm going to tell you why. In the debate group that I was in, well, actually, I'm still in it. I just don't be as active lately. But I've been in it for some years now. And we have approached this topic at hand several times, actually. And the transgenders who I spoke with told me, one, that they liked straight men. So how would a man who, has transitioned to be a woman or just dresses like a woman get a man that's a straight man? They would have to lie and make them believe that they are a woman, right? So I found that very interesting. And one of the other things that they had stated was that, because I said exactly what I just stated here, if you're transgender, you don't want to wear a poster board, why aren't you going to places where it is focused, centered, and created for an environment specifically for you, transgenders? And they stated that they feel that most of them are fetishizing them, so they don't want them. Well, technically, you're fetishizing straight men then. The other thing that they stated was that they don't per se like or want the kind of men who will be okay with transgender. I don't know why. Like, why are you preying then on straight men? It's ridiculous. And then when you hear about these cases of transgenders being assaulted or harmed, the majority of the time, because I'm not saying all, the majority of the time, it is specifically because of this right here, because you are preying on men who you know are thinking under the assumption and are seeking and desiring a female, a born female, and then you wait until intimacy has already taken place, until there's already an emotional and mental connection, to then reveal and say, hey, by the way, I'm really a man, but hey, we're in love now, right? So you should stay with me. And then you wonder why they would assault you. You have just betrayed them. You have just preyed on them. You have just humiliated them. You have just taken away their choice, their freedom to decide whether they want to pursue or be involved with that or not. And it's predatory behavior. To me, they have such things called statutory rape and rape in general. That is a form of rape, for you to knowingly seek out a straight man who you know is attracted to and under the assumption that you are a woman, and then have sex with them, knowing that if they already knew, they would not have had sex with you. That is entrapment, and that is rape and assault, my child, okay? And for the transgender community to constantly speak of being victims and being victimized by straight people, turn around and are them in themselves being predatory and raping and assaulting straight men, and then wondering why they turn around and get assaulted back, is mind-boggling. That is such a sadistic thing to do. Wow. Wow. Now that is very interesting, because Nikki stated you want to wait to tell them till you feel safe with them, or something like that. So do you mean safe in a sense of your physical well-being? Because they tell us as just human beings, male and female, straight or LGBTQ, to take precautionary measures for our safety, and putting yourself in a situation of knowing that this man will think that I'm a woman, and I know that they want a woman or are looking for a woman, but I'm going to hide that from them. That's putting yourself in a dangerous situation where if you want to take precaution to keep yourself safe, reveal that information up top to any romantic suitors that you are actively seeking or that are actively seeking you. Go to places that are specific to LGBTQ or transgender. Go on sites that are specific to that to keep yourself safe. So I take it, though, that's not the form of safety that she's talking about. She is talking about the form of safety of what I already just addressed, which is the predatory behavior of saying, let me wait till I know this man has some feelings, some love, a connection with me. There's been intimacy. And then I will tell him, which in the debate group we discussed this, and it has been admitted to me. It has been admitted to me by transgender men that this is what they do. And the reason why they do it is because they are hoping that once this straight man finds out that, yeah, I was really born a man, they are already in love and willing to overlook it. Sometimes that works in their favor. Sometimes they end up in a ditch. They end up badly beaten up. Things like that. And is that right? No. But you cannot try and point the finger at them as being a villain when you and yourself committed a predatory act, lying, betrayal, entrapment, emotional abuse, because that is emotional abuse, that's mental abuse. All out of order, all wrong, all wrong, and it is ridiculous. You, like straight men, technically, what y'all are doing, like I said, is fetishizing straight men, victimizing straight men, preying on straight men, but then wanting to play victim as if, no, it's us.
And he didn't.
You can't do stuff like that to people.
Dylan knows.
Just imagine how people feel in just your typical heterosexual or gay LGBTQ relationship. When you are dating and pursuing someone romantically, number one, who you are expecting to meet and know, you're expecting to know the basics and important information like that up front. I am believing and trusting what you are presenting to me, which is a male, a female, this race. I'm expecting and believing that this is your weight, your shape, things like that. They are believing and trusting that. And to when you like dating someone and then you later find out 3 months in after, right, you've caught feelings or had an intimate connection with them, oh, well, you're really married. That's a form of betrayal. People get upset and hurt about that. So just imagine, or you found out 3 months in, like, oh, well, I really don't want a relationship. I think that you're cool and fine, but I only want to date you, or I don't want to get serious right now. And you have a problem with that. But you're talking about going and messing with things like people's sexuality. You are crossing lines that should not be crossed. And it is criminal